Hey, Carol, professional IKEA hacker. Today is a very exciting day for me. You know why? IKEA launches their Delaktig collection right here in Canada. If you don't know what the Delaktig collection is, Delaktig collection is an IKEA's answer to IKEA hackers. So imagine that I think it was 2 years ago, IKEA went out there and they collaborated with Tom Dixon, who's probably one of the world's most famous furniture designer, who teaches at very prestigious schools. And so he went out there and he got his students involved and they designed a product that IKEA, well, Tom Dixon says it's the first officially sanctioned hack by IKEA. So IKEA, you now have IKEA's blessing to hack. So this is an open source platform, open source meaning, it's accessible to people, you can add to it, I guess, and there are kind of interesting, if you check out the IKEA story behind it, there's a lot of content I think that IKEA produced with Tom Dixon, and you can visualize, you can see what it's, how you can Delaktig, which means to participate apparently in Swedish, how you can Delaktig in that utopia. I guess, well, IKEA hacking has existed I think as long as IKEA flat packed its products, when you get that open box of different things, I think it was a natural human curiosity to ask, hey, can anything else be built out of this? Can I modify this further or customize it to better fit my needs? Right? IKEA says that the Delaktig is partially their answer to a very interesting concept, in my opinion, called PEAK Furnishings. Right? So I'll just go out there and say, I'm not really, I'm going to give Delaktig a chance, but I'm not really feeling it. I think a good sign of PEAK Furnishings is instead, I would say, it's their section and their packs and the billies. So those three, I think, are great answers to PEAK Furnishings. And now, if you read the blog, I kind of go into detail why I think that's a sign of true PEAK Furnishings. There exists a system that's so flexible and so versatile and so accessible that it works in 99% of cases. Everyone needs boxes in their lives. Okay, so Delaktig officially launched in Canada. I'm excited. I want to participate. I want Delaktig. But what really caught my attention, I almost spilled my coffee when I read it. There's another collection launched. Think about this. It's called Industriell. They called it Perfect Imperfection. I guess that's the tagline. It's Perfect Imperfection. And it is a collection of products that IKEA says is machine made. So it's produced by machines, automation, artificial intelligence, robotics, no human hand involved, doesn't get tired, that produces handmade results. Stop and think about it. A machine, a robot, a robotic arm, an artificial entity that produces handmade results. I was captured. Imagine that back in the day, everything was handmade. Every village or a city had a cobbler, had a broom maker, had a potter, had a blacksmith, and these objects were all handmade. You didn't need to have any marketing. Yeah, it's handmade. It is handmade. That's the reality of it. So I think, obviously Industrial Revolution came in, the invention of the loom and all these things, things were speeded up. Humans were kind of eliminated from the production process. We can now produce perfect objects or closer to perfection. Flawless, repeatability, hundreds, thousands of units, exactly identical. Think the Ford production line. We're banging out a unit after unit after unit. Consistent quality. Speed, automation. That was, I guess, the first thing. So we're coming on 180 circle because suddenly we're making machines, robots, robotic arms that produce, that have all the sort of the the automation doesn't get tired, 24 production cycles, you know, robots. You've seen those little YouTube videos or you know, where it's like, you know, everywhere, things moving, you know, fast. But now we have machines that are producing handmade quality. You know, so what is it about handmade quality? Is it something that's desirable? I produce handmade quality objects, right? So imagine this slab here, it's part of a design. So this is machine made. You know, it's consistent, it's smooth, nicely selected wood. I'm sure there was no human hand involvement with the selection. But you know, imagine that I had to take this machine-made product and I had to kind of be creative. I had to problem solve. You know, I created this curve and I had to mill a piece of white hard maple, you know, to edge it, and I had to flush trim it. And when you're clamping round things, it's challenging. So there's some skill involved, some experience. Handmade. My work is handmade. I think as an IKEA hacker, my accessibility is that I'm taking advantage of the price point of this and adding this. That's why I'm successful. That's my hand making. But now we have IKEA claims that there's you know, this process can be automated. The hand making, right? I think are we drawn to handmade things? Do we like handmade things? Do we like the idea that there was a human person that theoretically cares about this work? You know, one of the reasons why Prada or Gucci or Jean-Paul Gaultier can charge the money that they do is because they do things by hand. That stitching has a specific quality that's hard to reproduce by a machine, right? And of course, a Prada shirt costs you $500, $1,000, you know, a scarf, whatever. Hermes, $1,500. A handbag. What makes there's so many knockoffs, you know, of Hermes or Louis V. Somebody asked me, they were going to like Asia and they say, hey, Carol, do you want a fake Louis V wallet? And I said, come on, man. I've got a handmade wallet right here. I had it for about 10 years now. This is handmade, hand-stitched wallet. It's falling apart now, but I mean, this is handmade quality, and I'm very much attracted to it. I value this, and I will cry when this breaks down. I'm gonna have to fix it. So that's handmade quality. That's what I'm attracted to, you know. So the question now, to make this a little shorter now. So is there something? What is it? What's so special about handmade? And can machines do it? Can they take sort of that last bastion away from us? You know, my work is quality because I made it with my hands, and now we have a machine that, you know, will produce the same result. Fascinating, just absolutely fascinating. I will blog about it. I'm going to write about it. Today I'm building an IKEA hack, but I'm going to be thinking. You know, kind of the woodworking is kind of, in some ways, it's kind of mindless. So when you're sanding, you know, you're prepping, doing all the prep work, because you can think. This is my thinking time when I'm building. So, fascinating. Machine-made, handmade quality. Can such thing exist or coexist peacefully? And what happens when we take that labor away from all those third world countries? Those people will find themselves without jobs. A revolution! I don't know, maybe. Ciao!